make sure I got this going right. All right. So, hello. Welcome back to my channel. I am Dr. Allison Zebron, and I am a holistic doula, pelvic floor physical therapist, and I love to educate moms to prepare and recover from birth well through education and nutrition and moving your body. So today I wanted to talk about the 6 ways that your birth probably won't go as planned or didn't go as planned. So if you guys didn't know why I became a doula and why I got into women's health, let me see if you can see me better like this. Yes. Why I got into women's health is because of my own births. My first birth went okay, but my second birth was a little bit more traumatic. For me, emotionally, it just wasn't going. It wasn't going the way my first birth went, and I wasn't really prepared. I had a hospital birth, and they said it was an emergency induction, and no one really explained anything to me. So I was really scared. I was unaware, and it just led to a cascade of events. So, in going through that process, I didn't want any other moms to feel scared and unaware like I did. So that's why I became a doula, to help other moms. So, to prepare for your own births, I wanted to do a lot more education, which is why I'm here talking to you guys today. So, 6 ways that your birth probably won't go as planned, like mine didn't. So, reason number 1, you did not have a birth plan. I did not have a birth plan. So, what is a birth plan? Let me open this up a little bit. What is a birth plan? A birth plan is a plan that you can write out. You can write it down. You should write it down because you're not going to remember everything. A plan that you're going to write out about your birth. Like, what are your desires about your birth? Do you want to have a water birth, a home birth, a natural birth with no pain medicine? How do you want to manage pain and things like that? So do you want a particular provider? Do you want the lights a certain way? Do you want music? All of those things need to go into your plan. So having a birth plan, that's number 1. So if you don't have that, your birth probably won't go to your plan. Not that everything is going to go perfectly, but having a plan does help. So number 2 reason why your birth probably won't or did not go as planned is you are not in alignment with your provider. So it is very, very, very important to be in alignment with your provider. If you, like how I was talking about the birth plan, if you're trying to have a natural birth in the water and your provider, whether it's a midwife or an OB, your provider is not on board with that, or does not like natural births, or does not approve of water births, you're already going to have a clash, and your birth is not going to go the way you envisioned, and you might have some outcomes that you did not plan for. So being in alignment with your provider is very important, and that should go into your plan as well. So being in alignment. So number 3 reason why your birth probably won't go as planned or didn't go as planned is that you're not in alignment with the location of your birth. So let's say you're giving birth in a hospital, which most people, 98% of people in the world do. Give birth in the hospital, right? So you can, let's say, be in alignment with your provider, but the hospital is not on board with all of the things that you want. So you definitely want to know where you're going to give birth. So if you're going to be giving birth in a hospital, definitely vet where you're going to be giving birth. If it's a birth center, a hospital, make sure you know their C-section rate, how often that they perform C-sections, their reasonings for performing C-sections, their reasoning for different interventions, their rates, and things like that. Know all of those different things, because what happens a lot of times is that you have a provider that you love, but for whatever reason, they couldn't be at your birth, right? You couldn't be at your birth. They couldn't be at your birth. So you have some other provider and you don't know, or the location, you didn't know all of their stats and stuff like that. So know everything about where you're giving birth. So that's reason number 3. So reason number 4 why your birth probably didn't go as planned is you did not prepare your body. So you did not prepare your body for birth. So you did not do exercises, you weren't eating the right types of foods, you weren't nutritionally preparing your body in that way. You did not go to pelvic floor therapy, all of the sorts of things. So your pelvic floor, not prepared. Your strength of your abdomen, not prepared. You don't know how to breathe through those contractions and all of that stuff. So that's why it's important to prepare your body beforehand. So seeing a pelvic floor therapist is going to be key. So reason number 5, why your birth probably did not go as planned or will not go as planned, that you did not prepare your mind. Birth and going through birth is like a marathon. And you wouldn't just all of a sudden wake up one day and go run a marathon. If you've never ran a marathon before, you're probably not going to make it. Same thing with birth. You need to prepare your mind, because it's not just a physical thing that you're going through, it's also mental. A lot of the pain and the contractions and the expansions that I like to call them, a lot of those are mental. That's your baby moving down the canal and moving out of your body. But if you're just thinking about, this is painful, I can't deal with this, get me out of here, you're going to be reacting with fear versus moving in alignment with your baby and your body to optimally move that baby down together. So that's reasoning number 5. Reasoning number 6, and the last reason why your birth probably did not or will not go as planned, is that you did not educate yourself about birth. You know nothing about birth. You don't know the stages of labor. You don't know the different types of interventions that could possibly occur. Like this entire conversation today, we're talking about your birth did not go as planned. Most of the time, things should go well, but there is occasions where things do not. So it is important to know all about C-sections. Even though you don't plan to have a C-section, you should know what goes on in a C-section, just so you can be prepared. Because if you, in an emergency, that's why it's an emergency, need that, you're not thrown off. If you need an emergency, whatever, or you need to have a certain type of intervention, instead of in that moment, you want them to explain all these different things to you and there's no time, you already know that. You're like, oh, I know all about inductions and Pitocin, or I know all about whatever it is. And you can make those decisions and advocate for yourself and be informed in the moment versus being caught unawares and adding fear to your birth. So being educated about birth, which is really important, to do that research yourself or attend a specific type of class, because not all childbirth classes are created equal. I'm just going to say that. So find a type of class that's going to give you the information that you need. And definitely speaking with like a pelvic floor therapist if they're knowing things about birth, or talking with your doula and they can point you in the right direction. I'm going to give you a bonus one. So a bonus reason to help your birth go better planned and have better outcomes is to get a doula. Have a birth doula. Have somebody there that's going to be on your side, helping you calm down, helping you manage emotions, helping you with pain management, and all of those things, and encouraging you along the way. The statistics for having a doula at your birth is your birth is going to go way better than it will without a doula present. Cesarean rates are lower. Pain is more well controlled. There's less interventions used, and birth outcomes and birth positivity rates are just up. So that it's always a great thing to have a doula as well. So those are my reasons today for why your birth probably won't go as planned. And the reasons that I gave are good to go through so your birth can go in a better have a better positive outcome if you go and do those things that we just went over. Okay, so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'm going to try to do more videos on educating in the upcoming weeks. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you for coming to my live today. If you have any other topics that you guys want me to talk about, you can put it in the comments below, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you. Bye.